Let's be absolutely brutal for a moment. I want you to visualize the reality of your situation right now, somewhere right this second. The person who walked away from you is smiling. They are laughing. They are going about their day completely unbothered by your absence. They are checking their phone, not to see if you called, but to text someone else. They look back at the time they spent with you, not with nostalgia, but with relief. They feel lighter. They feel free. They think that by leaving you, they have upgraded their life. They are telling their friends that they dodged a bullet. They are rewriting history, painting you as the villain, or worse, as the weak link that was holding them back. And the most painful part, they truly believe it. They look at you right now. They even look at Orland. They see a ruin. They see someone who is broken, someone who is stagnant, someone who is drowning in self-pity. They see you as a closed chapter, a book they have finished reading and put back on the shelf, never to be opened again. Does that hurt? Does it feel like a knife twisting in your chest? Good. I want it to hurt. I want you to feel that disrespect in your marrow. Do not run from this pain. Do not try to numb it with alcohol or cheap entertainment or by sleeping all day. Society, your friends, and even your family will tell you the same tired lies. They will say, just let it go. They will say, forgive and forget. They will tell you that living well is the best revenge, implying that you should just smile and pretend nothing happened. They are lying to you. They are trying to make you harmless. They want you to be a pacifist because a pacifist is easy to control. But I am telling you to do the exact opposite. Do not let it go. Not yet. Why should you forgive someone who treated you like an option? Why should you forget the nights you lay awake wondering what was wrong with you? No, take that anger. Take that heartbreak. Take that humiliation of being discarded like yesterday's trash. Gather it all up. This is not poison. This is fuel. This is the most potent energy source on the planet. Most men disintegrate under this pressure. They collapse. They beg. They lose their dignity trying to convince someone to love them. But you are not going to do that. You are going to take this rejection and lock it inside the furnace of your soul. You are going to let it burn. You are going to let it consume the weak version of you. The version of you that accepted crumbs. The version of you that tolerated disrespect. That person needs to die. And the fire of this betrayal is the only thing hot enough to burn him away. They think you are finished. They think they have seen the best of you. They have no idea that they just broke the chains that were holding you down. They didn't bury you. They planted you. But for the seed to grow, it must first be destroyed. It must come undone completely in the darkness of the soil. That is where you are right now. In the dark, alone, under pressure. This is not the end of your story. This is the villain origin story. This is the moment the protagonist stops being a victim and starts being a conqueror. Let them laugh. Let them mock you. Let them enjoy their temporary relief, because they have no idea what they have just awakened. They have no idea that by walking away, they forced you to find a strength you never knew you had. You are going to use this pain to build an empire so tall that they will have to break their necks just to look up at you. Hold on to the anger. It is the only thing that is real right now. If you want them to regret losing you, there is one fundamental truth you must accept, and it is a pill so bitter that most men choke on it. Here it is. The person they rejected deserved to be rejected. I know that makes you angry. I know you want to scream that you were good enough, that you loved them, that you gave them everything. But look at the results. If you were truly undeniable, if you were truly a king, they would never have walked away. People do not walk away from gold. They walk away from copper pretending to be gold. To make them wrong, you must kill the version of yourself that they knew. You cannot just improve him. You cannot just put a fresh coat of paint on a crumbling house. You must bulldoze the entire structure down to the bedrock and start over. You need to hold a funeral for the man you used to be. You need to perform an autopsy on your own character. Be ruthless. Why did they really leave? Was it because you were too available? Was it because you had no purpose outside of them? Was it because you were insecure, constantly needing reassurance? Or maybe you were stagnant, promising a future that you were not working towards. Stop blaming them for seeing your flaws. Instead, thank them. They held up a mirror, and for the first time, you are forced to look at the cracks in your reflection. That person, the one who begged, the one who was lazy, the one who was emotionally dependent, he has to die. Tonight, you need to mentally bury him. Say goodbye to his habits. Say goodbye to his weakness. He does not get to come with you into the future. This transformation requires total, absolute isolation. You cannot rebuild a skyscraper while people are still walking through the construction site. You need to close the gates. For the next 6 months, you are not a friend. You are not a lover. You are not a social butterfly. You are a ghost. You are a monk in a concrete jungle. This is what we call ghost mode. It means you pull back your energy from every single person who does not contribute to your mission. No more nights out drinking to forget the pain. No more wasting hours scrolling through social media to numb your brain. You sit in the silence. You sit with your thoughts until they stop screaming and start strategizing. They expect you to be sad. They expect you to be public about your grief. They are waiting for you to post sad quotes on your story, or to upload pictures of you trying too hard to look happy. They want to see you suffering because your suffering validates their decision to leave. It makes them feel important. It soothes their guilt. Do not give them that satisfaction. When you disappear, you disrupt their ego. You take away their supply of attention. They want to know you are missing them. But when you give them nothing but silence, it terrifies them. Silence is the loudest scream. When you vanish, you become a mystery. And human beings are obsessed with mysteries. By killing your old self and disappearing into the shadows to work, you plant a seed of doubt in their mind. They start to wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Did I make a mistake? Is he better off without me? That doubt is the first crack in their armor. But you cannot fake this. You cannot just pretend to be gone while you are secretly checking their profile every hour. You have to actually be gone. You have to be so consumed by the process of your own resurrection that you forget they even exist. The old you is dead. Let him rest in peace. The new you is currently being forged in the fire, and he has no time for the past. Now, we move to the physical realm. Visuals matter. You can tell yourself that looks don't matter, that personality is everything, but you would be lying to yourself. Human beings are shallow, primal creatures. We judge books by their covers every single day. The first thing they will see when you inevitably cross paths again is not your bank balance, not your degree, and not your newfound mental peace. They will see your silhouette. They will see your face. And if you look exactly the same as the day they left, you soft, tired, unkempt, they will feel absolutely nothing. In fact, they will feel relieved. Your lack of change confirms that you are stagnant. But what if they see a Greek god? What if they see a man carved out of marble that hits them on a biological level that they cannot control? You need to understand that your body is the only outfit you wear every single day. It is the architecture of your discipline. You cannot buy a great physique. You cannot inherit it. You cannot steal it. You can only rent it, and the rent is due every single day in the currency of sweat and pain. That is why a strong body commands instant respect without you saying a word. It tells the world, I have conquered myself. I have mastered pain. Every rep in the gym is a message to them. Every drop of sweat is a payment towards your new identity. You are not training just to be healthy. You are training for warfare. You are training to become physically intimidating. You are training to look so undeniably superior that when they look at their current partner, they feel a wave of nausea and disappointment. You want the contrast to be so sharp that it cuts them. You want them to look at you and ask themselves, who is this person? And why didn't I see this before? The truth is, this version of you didn't exist before. You built him in the ashes of their rejection. The gym is your sanctuary. It is the only place where you get exactly what you put in. When you are under that iron lifting weight that feels like it's going to crush you, you are not just building muscle. You are killing the weakness in your mind, that pain in your muscles. That is the weakness leaving your body. Learn to love it. When your lungs are burning, when your legs are shaking, remind yourself this pain is temporary, but the glory of revenge is forever. Do not neglect your grooming. Do not neglect your style. Most men are invisible because they choose to be. They dress in gray. They walk with their heads down. They apologize for taking up space. You must do the opposite. Your posture should scream confident. Your shoulders should be back, chest out, chin up. You should walk with a purpose that scares insecure people. When you walk into a room, the energy should shift. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room to be the most dangerous. You just need to have an aura that says, I am not to be trifled with. This is not vanity. Do not let anyone tell you that caring about your appearance is shallow. This is self. If you treat your body like a temple, people will worship at it. If you treat it like a dumpster, people will trash it. You are turning yourself into a weapon of mass regret. You are crafting a visual masterpiece that they will never be able to touch again. They will only be able to look and wonder what it would feel like to be close to you again. Pan, and that unfulfilled desire, that is the beginning of their torture. But let's get real. A strong body with a weak wallet is just a security guard. But it is visually impressive, but it lacks true leverage. We live in a material world, and in this world, money is the closest thing we have to a superpower. It buys you freedom. It buys you silence. It buys you the ability to say no to anyone, anywhere, at any time. If you want them to regret losing you, you cannot be worried about rent. You cannot be stressing over the price of a dinner bill. You need to elevate yourself to a tax bracket where their entire lifestyle looks like pocket change to you, while they are out there partying every weekend, spending money they don't have to impress people they don't even like. You will be doing something different. You will be building an empire. This requires a shift in your psychology. You need to stop looking at money as something to spend and start looking at it as something to deploy. You are a general, and every dollar is a soldier. You are not buying clothes. You are investing in your image. You are not buying courses. You are investing in your brain. You are becoming a machine of production in a world of consumers. This is the phase where you become obsessed. I mean, clinically obsessed. You need to fall in love with the boredom of hard work. While they are binge-watching Netflix series that rot their brains, you are learning high-income skills. You are mastering sales. You are learning code. You are understanding psychology. You are studying the markets. You are doing the things that are difficult, tedious, and painful. Why? Because the harder the path, the fewer the people on it. You are leaving the crowded streets of mediocrity and climbing the lonely mountain of excellence. They thought you had no future. They thought you were just another average guy with average dreams. Prove them wrong, not by arguing with them in a text message, but by absolute execution. Silence your phone, lock your door, and go into deep work. Create value that the world cannot ignore. You want to reach a level of competence where you are so good at what you do that people beg to pay you. You want to become undeniable. When you have financial power, your walk changes. You don't walk with arrogance. You walk with the quiet confidence of a man who knows he can handle any problem that life throws at him. Imagine the scenario 3 years from now. Visualize it clearly. You pull up to a valet in a car that costs more than their parents' house. It's not a loud, flashy car. It's something understated, elegant, powerful. You step out wearing a suit that is tailored to absolute perfection. You smell like success. You are not looking around to see who is watching you. You don't care. You are focused on your mission. Now imagine they see you. They see this version of you from across the street. They see the way people respect you. They see the way you carry yourself. They see that you have transcended the petty little game they are still playing. They are still worrying about weekend plans. You are planning for the next decade. They are playing checkers. You are playing 4D chess on a global scale. At that moment, the regret will hit them like a freight train. They will realize that they bet against you, and they lost. They sold their shares in you Inc. right before the stock price went to the moon. And the beautiful part, you won't even notice them. You will be too busy building, too busy growing, too busy winning. The gap between you and them will become so wide that they couldn't even shout across it if they tried. This is the ultimate punishment, simply outgrowing them to the point where they are no longer visible from where you stand. Now we enter the deepest level of psychological warfare. We have covered the body and the bank account, but the battlefield is the mind. The psychology of regret is brutally simple. We only regret losing things of value. If you lose a penny on the street, you don't care. If you lose a diamond, you tear the house apart looking for it. Right now, in their mind, you are the penny. They think they know your value, and they think it is low. To destroy this belief, you have to raise your stock price to a level they can no longer afford. And the only way to do that is to be genuinely, undeniably happy without them. This is the hardest part for most men, because you are addicted to the misery. You think that by suffering, you are honoring the relationship. You think that if you show them how much you are hurting, they will take pity on you and come back. That is a fatal error. Pity is not love. Pity is what you feel for a wounded animal on the side of the road. You do not want their pity. You want their respect. And you cannot respect a man who cannot survive alone. They expect you to crumble. They are waiting for the late-night drunk texts. They are waiting for the sad songs on your Instagram story. They are waiting for the aggressive, emotional paragraphs sent at 2 a.m. Do not give them a single crumb of validation. When you find joy in your own solitude, it destroys their ego. They wanted to be the sun in your solar system. They wanted you to orbit around them, cold and dark without their light. When they look over and see that you are shining brighter than ever on your own, it shatters their reality. They realize they were not the sun. They were just a cloud blocking your light. This is where the haunting begins. Mark my words, they will start stalking you. It is human nature. Curiosity is a disease. They will watch your stories. If you block them, they will use a fake account. If you go private, they will ask mutual friends. They are looking for a crack in your armor. They are desperate to see a sign that you are missing them, but they will find nothing. Instead, they will see you traveling. They will see you laughing with high-value people. They will see you winning awards, hitting PRS in the gym, and living a life that looks like a movie. But here is the key. You are not posting this for them. You are posting this because it is your reality. There is a difference between trying to make them jealous and simply being better. They can smell the difference. If you are trying too hard, it looks pathetic. But if you are genuinely unbothered, that is terrifying. You become a ghost that haunts their digital feed. Every time they unlock their phone, there is a chance they will see your face smiling, successful, and completely indifferent to their existence. Every time they see you, they will feel a sharp pang in their chest. That physical sensation, that is the feeling of regret. That is the feeling of realizing they bet against a winner. They will start to compare every new person they meet to you, and every new person will fall short. You have set a standard that they cannot replace. They will lay in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, replaying memories. They will wonder, what if I stayed? What if I supported him? What would my life be like if I was sitting in the passenger seat of that car right now? You have planted a virus in their mind, and that virus is the realization that they were a temporary character in your story. While you are the main character of a saga, they are no longer qualified to be part of. You are living in their head, rent-free, while you have evicted them from yours completely. Mark my words. You can write this down in your calendar. It is a universal law, as consistent as gravity. They always come back. But here is the cosmic joke. The universe has a sick sense of humor. They will not come back when you are crying. They will not come back when you are begging. They will not come back when you are posting sad songs and waiting by the phone. No, they will come back at the exact moment you finally, truly, and completely let them go. The moment you stop caring is the moment they start chasing. It happens when you are busy building your empire. It happens on a Tuesday afternoon when you haven't thought about them in weeks. You will be laughing with friends, or closing a business deal, or finishing a brutal workout, and suddenly your phone will light up. A notification, a name you haven't seen in months. Hey, stranger, I was just thinking about you. I miss us. This moment is not a victory lap. It is a trap. Do not be fooled. This is the final boss battle of your transformation. They are not texting you because they suddenly realized they love you. They are texting you because they sense a disturbance in the force. They can feel your indifference vibrating through the ether. They can smell that you have cut the energetic cord that connected you to them. Their ego is starving, and they are returning to the only source of supply they know you. They are checking to see if they still have access. They want to know if the door is still unlocked. They want to know if they can still snap their fingers and make you jump. The old youth, the weak you would have panicked. Your heart would have skipped a beat. You would have drafted 3 different replies, trying to sound cool but secretly desperate to let them back in. You would have thrown away all your progress for a hit of dopamine. But you are not that person anymore. You are dangerous now. You see this message for what it really is. It is an insult. It is the audacity of someone who thinks they can walk in and out of your life like it is a public park. They think you are a convenience store that is open 24/7. They think your self-respect has an expiration date. This is the test. The universe is testing you. It is asking, are you really a king? Or are you just a peasant wearing a crown? If you reply, if you engage, if you give them even an inch of attention, you fail the test. You prove to them that they were right, that you were just waiting on the shelf for them to pick you up again. Do not fall for the nostalgia. The person texting you is not the person you loved. That person never existed. This is a ghost trying to drag you back into the graveyard of your past. Stand your ground. So, what is the correct move? How do you execute the ultimate revenge? Most men get this wrong. They think revenge is angry. They think they should reply and curse them out. They think they should write a long paragraph explaining how much they were hurt and how successful they are now. No, that is not power. That is weakness. If you hate them, it means you still care. Hate is not the opposite of love. Indifference is. The opposite of love is not anger. It is, I don't care. The most disrespectful thing you can do to a human being is to not even acknowledge their existence. You do not block. Them blocking is emotional. Blocking shows them that they still have the power to affect your mood. Blocking screams, I am hurt. You want to be far colder than that. You want to be ice. You do nothing. Absolutely nothing. You look at the notification. You read the words, and you feel nothing. You don't get a dopamine spike. You don't get an adrenaline rush. It's just pixels on a screen. It has the same emotional impact as a spam email or a weather update. You swipe it away. You don't open it. You don't reply. You don't delete it. You just let it sit there, unread, gathering digital dust. Imagine what this does to their mind. They are waiting for the typing bubble. They are waiting for the double blue ticks. But they get nothing. Just silence. A deafening, suffocating silence. They check their phone every 5 minutes. Did he see it? Is he busy? Maybe he changed his number. No, he just doesn't care. By leaving them undelivered indefinitely, you are sending a message louder than any words could ever be. You are saying you are irrelevant. You do not merit a response. You are not worth the 10 seconds it takes to type a reply. You are revoking their access card. Access to you is a privilege reserved for people who loyalty and respect. They abused that privilege, and now it is gone forever. This silence will haunt them. It will eat away at their confidence. They will realize that while they were playing games, you were changing the league. You haven't just walked away. You have ascended to a plane of existence where they cannot reach you. 22/6 is the year you solidify your legacy as the one that got away. This journey was never really about them. They were just the catalyst. They were the match that lit the fire, but you are the one who kept it burning. You have rebuilt yourself from the ground up. You have forged a body of steel, a mind of iron, and a spirit of fire. You have looked into the abyss of rejection, and you have smiled back. Let them regret. Let them live in the shadow of what could have been. Let them watch from the sidelines as you conquer mountains they are too afraid to even climb. Let them tell stories at parties about how they used to know you back when you were nobody. That is their punishment, to watch the movie of your life, knowing they could have been the star. But now they are just a spectator in the cheap seats. You are done looking back. The rearview mirror is broken. There is only the road ahead. Be a road paved with discipline, success, and freedom. You have killed the boy who begged for love, and you have birthed the man who commands respect. So, turn off this video. Look in the mirror one last time. The funeral is over. The mourning period is done. Wipe the dirt off your shoulder. The hunt begins now. 2026. Make them watch. Make them pay. Make them regret. Look at you, waiting, checking your phone, overthinking every word you said, replaying scenarios in your head. You are standing at a door that has already been slammed in your face, hoping that if you knock just one more time, they will let you back in. You think you are fighting for love, or for friendship, or for an opportunity. But let me tell you the brutal truth. You are not fighting. You are begging. And there is nothing more repulsive in this world than a man who begs for a seat at a table where he is not wanted. We have been brainwashed by movies. We are told that if you love someone enough, if you work hard enough, if you sacrifice enough, people will eventually see your value. That is a lie. The human brain does not value what is free. It does not value what is always available. It values what is scarce. It values what can be lost. By staying where you are disrespected, you are telling the world that you have no other options. You are telling them that your dignity is cheap today. We are going to perform surgery on your mindset. We are going to cut out the part of you that craves validation. We are going to explore the darkest, most powerful psychological tool in existence, the art of walking away. This is not about giving up. This is about taking your power back. Because the moment you are willing to walk away, you become the most dangerous person in the room. Let's talk about economics. Why is gold expensive? Because it is rare. Why is air free? Because it is everywhere. You are treating yourself like air, and you are surprised when people walk all over you. You are always there. You always pick up the phone on the first ring. You always forgive. You always accommodate. You have made yourself an unlimited resource. And the law of nature is simple. When supply is high, value drops to 0 when you stay in a situation. Whether it is a relationship, but a job, or a friendship where you are not appreciated, you are destroying your own market value. Every time you tolerate disrespect, you are teaching that person how to treat you. You are implicitly saying, I am okay with this. Please continue to treat me like garbage, because I am too afraid to be alone. You think that by staying, you are showing loyalty, but to them, you are just showing weakness. They know you won't leave. They know they have a leash around your neck, and as long as they hold that leash, they will never respect you. Respect is not given to the loyal dog. It is given to the wolf that can survive on its own. You need to stop being the loyal dog. You need to show them that your loyalty has a price tag, and the currency is respect. If they cannot pay, you do not negotiate. Believe most of you are blind. You see the red flags, but you paint them white. You make excuses for them. Oh, she is just busy. Oh, he didn't mean it. Maybe I am overreacting. Stop lying to yourself. People do not disrespect you by accident. Disrespect is a choice. It is a test. They are testing your boundaries to see how much you will tolerate. The first time they interrupt you, it might be a mistake. The second time they ignore your text, it might be an accident. But the third time is a pattern. If someone constantly makes you feel like an option, while you treat them like a priority, that is not a relationship. That is a hierarchy. And you are at the bottom. You need to develop a zero-tolerance policy for disrespect. This sounds harsh, I know. But look at the alternative. The alternative is a slow death of your self-esteem. The moment you feel that you have to convince someone to spend time with you, it is already over. The negotiation has failed. Do not argue. Do not write long paragraphs explaining your feelings. Do not try to make them understand. Your absence will teach them what your presence never could. So, how do you do it? How do you walk away like a ghost? Most people do this wrong. They make a scene. They scream, they shout, they announce, "I am leaving. You will miss me." That is not walking away. That is a performance. You are still looking for a reaction. You are still hoping they will stop you. True power is silent. The most dangerous walkaway is the one that has no closure, no final argument, no goodbye letter. You just stop. You stop initiating. You stop replying. You stop caring. You remove your energy from their life completely. This creates a vacuum, a void. Human beings are terrified of the unknown. When you argue, they know where you stand. But when you go silent, when you simply vanish, that drives them insane. They start to wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Did he find someone else? Is he better off without me? Your silence plants the seed of doubt in their mind. You flip the script. Suddenly, they are the ones chasing you, even if it is just in their own thoughts. But by then, it doesn't matter, because you are already gone. I know why you stay. I know why you go back. It is the fear of the empty room, fear of silence on a Friday night. You tell yourself something is better than nothing. You accept crumbs because you are starving. This is the mindset of a beggar. You must fall in love with solitude. You must build a life so rich, so interesting, and so focused on your purpose that a relationship is just a luxury, not a necessity. A man who is happy alone is invincible, because you cannot manipulate a man who does not need you. When you walk away, you will feel pain. Let it hurt. Sit in the darkness. Feel the withdrawal symptoms. But do not confuse the pain of withdrawal with the pain of love. You are detoxing from a bad habit. Every day you stay away, you get stronger. Every time you resist the urge to text them, you gain a level of self-respect that no one can take away from you. You are rebuilding your soul, brick by brick. Here is the secret that nobody tells you. They always come back. It might take weeks, it might take months, or even years, but eventually they always circle back. Why? Because genuine self-respect is rare. When you walk away and actually stay away, you become a legend in their mind. You become the one that got away. They will text you, "Hey, stranger, I miss you." They will try to check if the door is still open. And this is the final test. If you open that door, you lose everything. You lose all the power you built. You prove to them that you were just waiting. The ultimate power is not just walking away. But it is staying away. It is looking at their message, feeling absolutely nothing, and deleting it. It is realizing that the person you were crying over was never special. You made them special by giving them your attention. Once you take that attention back, they are just another face in the crowd. 20 to 6 is the year of boundaries. It is the year you cut off the dead weight. Walking away is not an act of hate. It is an act of supreme self-love. It is saying, I value myself too much to let you destroy me. There is a whole world waiting for you on the other side of that door. New people, new opportunities, new levels of success. Bet you will never meet them if you are still standing in the hallway, banging on a door that is locked. Turn around, shoulders back, head high, walk away, and don't you dare look back, because where you are going is infinitely better than where you have been. You are currently dragging a corpse through your life, carrying the dead weight of a man who gave up on his dreams years ago. And you are wondering why you are exhausted, why you are failing, and why you feel so heavy every single morning. That corpse is you, the current version of you, and he is the single greatest obstacle standing between you and the empire you want to build. You have been lied to by the self-help industry, which tells you that you just need to improve yourself, that you need to fix a few cracks in the wall, or apply a fresh coat of paint to a rotting house. But you are wrong, because you cannot build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand, and you cannot birth a king while the peasant is still breathing. If you want the power, the respect, and the fear of your enemies, you do not need a renovation. You need a demolition. I am talking about a metaphysical suicide, the complete, total, and violent eradication of the person you are right now. The person looking back at you in the mirror has tolerated disrespect for too long. He has accepted mediocrity as his standard. He has apologized for taking up space, and he has made peace with being average. And as long as he breathes, you will lose. You need to take him out back and put a bullet in his head, psychologically speaking. You need to say a permanent goodbye to his habits, his friends, his excuses, his posture, and his weakness. You must be willing to burn the entire field of your life until nothing but ash remains, because it is only in the nutrientrich ash of your destruction that something new, something dangerous, and something unstoppable can finally grow. This is not about becoming a better version of yourself. This is about becoming a stranger to your past. It is about severing the timeline so completely that when you look at old photos of yourself, you don't even recognize the eyes staring back at you. The old you is comfortable. He is safe and he is familiar, but he is also your jailer, keeping you locked in a prison of your own making. To be free, you must be the executioner of your own weakness. You must look at your reflection and realize that one of you has to die for the other to live. Bye. And the choice you make today will determine if you die a forgotten ghost or live as a legend. Why do we need to destroy him with such violence? Let's perform a brutal autopsy on the old you and look at the ugly, visceral truth that you have been avoiding. The old you is harmless, and in this world, Harmless men are eaten alive by predators who smell fear like blood in the water. The old you is addicted to external validation, constantly checking his phone to see if anyone likes him, constantly shape-shifting his personality to fit in with people who don't even respect him, and constantly seeking permission to exist. The old you is terrified of conflict, so he agrees when he should disagree. He smiles when he feels rage, and he stays silent when he should speak the truth, effectively becoming a doormat for the world to wipe its feet on. This is why they left you. This is why they mocked you. And this is why they overlooked you for the promotion or the relationship, not because you were a bad person, but because you were a weak one. They looked at you and they saw prey. They saw someone they could use, abuse, and discard without any consequence, because they knew you would never fight back. And the worst, most painful part of this autopsy is the realization that you let them do it. You taught them how to treat you. Every time you forgave someone who wasn't sorry. Every time you texted back instantly after being ignored for days. And every time you lowered your standards to keep people in your life, you were screaming to the world, I have no value. That pathetic need to be liked is the cancer that is killing your potential. And it has metastasized into every area of your life. It makes you hesitant in business. It makes you submissive in relationships. And it makes you invisible in social hierarchies. The old you is a nice guy, but he is not a good man. He is a coward disguised as a saint. He avoids reality because reality hurts. But you cannot hide anymore. We are cutting this cancer out today. We are looking at this weak, fragile, pathetic version of yourself with disgust, not pity. You need to hate the weakness enough to destroy it. You need to feel the shame of who you have been so deeply that it forces you to change. The process of rebirth is not beautiful. It is not a montage with happy music. It is disgusting, lonely, isolating, and painful. A caterpillar does not just grow wings and fly. It wraps itself in a cocoon and completely disintegrates into a biological soup of cells before it reconstructs itself into a butterfly. You are about to enter your cocoon. But for a man, we call it the dark room. This is a period of aggressive, non-negotiable isolation where you disappear from the face of the earth. I am not talking about a weekend off. I am talking about months of radio silence where you cut the cord to the outside world. No social media announcements about your grind. No, I'm taking a break posts to get attention. Just total, suffocating silence. You block the noise, you lock the door, and you embrace the void. For the next 6 months, you are not a friend. You are not a party animal. You are not a son. You are a ghost. In this darkness, you will face your demons without the distraction of cheap dopamine, without the numbing effects of alcohol, and without the validation of likes and comments. You will sit with your failure until it burns a hole in your chest. This isolation is the furnace where the old you turns to ash and the new you is forged in fire. It will be the hardest thing you have ever done because your brain will scream for stimulation. It will beg for comfort, and it will try to convince you to go back to the way things were. But you must stay in the dark. You must let the loneliness carve you into something harder. The people outside will think you died. They will think you quit. They will think you failed. And they will laugh at your absence, telling each other that you couldn't handle the pressure. Let them laugh. Let them speculate. They have absolutely no idea that you are in the lab creating a monster. They have no idea that the silence isn't empty. It is full of strategy, full of training, and full of preparation. You are not hiding. You are incubating. You are stripping away every layer of softness until only the diamond core remains. Now, inside the silence, we begin to build the new you. And this version is not designed to be nice. He is not designed to be liked. He is designed to be a nightmare for anyone who ever doubted him. This reconstruction happens on 3 fronts: the physical, the financial, and the psychological. First, you build a body that commands respect without you uttering a single word. You torture yourself in the gym until your muscles look like they were carved out of granite. Not for vanity, but because a dangerous body is the ultimate signal of discipline in a soft world. When you walk into a room, your physical presence should trigger a primal instinct in other men that says, "Do not mess with him," and a primal instinct in women that says, "Pierre is capable." Second, you build an empire of resources. You stop spending and start investing. You stop consuming and start producing. And you become obsessed with acquiring the skills that make you undeniable. Money is not just currency. It is ammunition in the war for your freedom. And you need enough ammunition to never have to say yes to something you hate ever again. Third, and most importantly, you build a mind that is impervious to manipulation. You kill the need for validation. You become stoic, cold, and calculated. You learn to control your emotions so perfectly that your face becomes a mask that reveals nothing. The new you does not react. He responds. He does not beg. He takes. He does not chase. Peer track. B. You are building a fortress where the walls are too high for their insults to climb, and the gates are locked to anyone who does not bring value. This version of you is not just improved. He is evolved. He is a different species entirely. He operates on logic, not emotion. He is driven by purpose, not pleasure. He is the man the old you was too afraid to become. Finally, the day comes when the doors of the dark room open and you step back into the light. But the world you return to is not ready for what you have become. This is the moment of the nightmare. You re-enter the social hierarchy, but you do not enter at the bottom where you left. You enter at the top. Imagine the scene. You walk into a room where they are the ones who doubted you, the ones who left you, the ones who laughed. They look up, expecting to see the same weak, insecure boy they remember. But instead, they see a king. They see the physical transformation, the sharp jawline, the broad shoulders, the tailored suit that screams success. But more than that, they feel the shift in energy. They look into your eyes and they see nothing. No anger, no hate, no desire for their approval. Just a cold, piercing ocean of indifference. This is their nightmare. Their nightmare is not that you hate them. Their nightmare is that you have outgrown them so completely that they no longer register as significant in your reality. You speak clearly, you move with purpose, and you hold eye contact until they look away in submission. They try to talk to you, to pull you back into the old dynamic, but it doesn't work because that version of you is dead. You are untouchable now. You have become the living embodiment of everything they lack. They will feel a sinking feeling in their stomach, a mix of fear and regret, realizing that they threw away a diamond to play with stones. They will go home and lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, haunted by the ghost of who you became. You have become the villain in their story because you are the hero in yours. You have destroyed the old you, and in doing so, you have destroyed their power over you forever. This is the ultimate victory. Not screaming, not fighting, but simply existing as a version of yourself so powerful that your mere presence forces them to realize how small they truly are.